The following show contains spoilers for Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens and for Finding Nemo. They find Nemo. We could survive that. We could survive that. We could survive it. Hello and welcome to We Could Survive That, your survival guide to the movies. My name is Jack and today I'm joined by the man who pressed the snooze button on the Force's alarm clock. It's Chris.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I may have done that. Did the Force oversleep? It may have overslept. Has it awoken? Recently? Yes, it has.
Just about. It's
Just about.
very sleepy and very groggy, but it's awake and ready to kick some midichlorian butt.
Oh, God, I'm so glad they weren't mentioned.
Yes, The Force Awakens is finally here, and so are we. We are here to talk about it. So, let's kick off with a reviewy bit. Chris, did you like the new Star Wars film?
Yes.
What elements did you like?
I like the film. The musical score by John Williams. The old songs that have been redone, they were all great as usual. His new pieces didn't really stick with me, so I was a bit disappointed in that.
Okay.
The main bad character, he was good until he took off his mask. Then I was a bit disappointed.
He was good, then he wasn't a very good main bad character.
No, he was a menacing bad guy. Then he took his mask off. Then he wasn't as menacing. Then he put the mask back on and he went back to good. Then he took it off again.
Wait, whoa, he went back to good? He's meant
he
to be
wasn't as
bad.
menacing. But other than that, yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Definitely better than the prequels. It had that old glint in its eye, that old Star Wars-y fun quality about it that the prequels didn't have, and I think a lot of that is to do with the characters. They weren't dry, were they?
No, I mean J.J. Abrams was a good choice for director, I think, on this one as well.
Anyone was a good choice. Anyone apart from George Lucas.
What do you mean?
Would have been a good choice.
George Lucas served as creative director in the early stages of the film development. He basically said, you can do this, you can't really do this. He advised them what to do. So.
And then Disney bought Star Wars and
this is after Disney brought it. This is after Disney brought it. He was still creative
if
director. If
George Lucas had had his way, this would have been entitled The Midichlorians Awaken. So I'm glad that didn't happen. A brilliant mix, I thought, of CG and actual real special effects, like puppetry and stuff. That was good, I think.
Yeah, I thought the puppetry was good.
Yeah, I think this year has been a good year of showing people how to use CGI sparingly, with Mad Max and this both doing that. Because you don't want, look, here's a computer thing. Look, we can do all this in a computer. Look how brilliant we are with computers. No, I want to watch a film. I want to be invested in some characters. And if there's a good set piece and I don't notice that there's green screen, then that's good. Don't jangle your junk in front of me.
What?
That's a terrible saying.
That's awful. Right, okay.
But I like that it didn't flaunt
that
stuff at me. Because most of the prequel stuff is like green screen. We can't be bothered to go to a set, so we'll just bung up a green screen and we'll just do everything here.
To be honest, I would imagine there's a few things on there that are probably green screened.
Yeah, but there were places, Chris. You felt the fresh air. You weren't locked in a green screen room with George Lucas going, yep, that'll do. Now there's a Gungan in front of you.
Will you leave George Lucas alone, right?
I will not leave him
If it wasn't
alone.
for him, we would not have any Star Wars.
If it was for him, then Luke would be called Starkiller.
They named the base Starkiller.
Yes, that was a homage to him because I think Skywalker...
In The Force Unleashed, Darth Vader's apprentice is Starkiller.
Yeah, and that was an offshoot from George Lucas's original script where Luke Skywalker was meant to be Luke Starkiller or just Starkiller. So Starkiller's been a name that they've been wanting to use for some time. It's been floating around in the idea pool.
Yeah, now they finally managed to bring it in. So I thought it was quite nice. The only CGI problem I've got is Carl Ren's big boss person, played by or voiced by Andy Serkis.
I'd imagine he was motion captured.
Motion captured for it as well, yeah. Snook? Is his name Snook?
Snook, leader Snook.
Or Supreme leader?
Supreme Epic Demand, the boss, the Ayatollah of rock and roller Snook.
Now, when you
to
first
give him
see
his
him...
full title. Grand Moff Snook.
Now, when you first see him, he's about 10 foot tall, but that's a hologram.
I like that.
That's a hologram, right? So he's not actually that big. Or he might be, I don't know.
We don't know.
He looked too CGI for me. Like...
Well, he was CGI.
Yeah, I know, but... I'm just saying, like, you could tell it didn't look like they used on his face like any prosthetics or anything. It all looked
it would
CGI'd.
Be the motion capture.
Yeah,
dots.
Well, I'm hoping that once we see him not in hologram in real thingy, he'll look better. I don't know whether he just looked a bit more CGI because it was meant to be like that because of hologram.
Yeah.
But assuming the hologram, we don't see him as hologram again, I'm hoping he looks a bit more realistic.
The hologram's got a lot better in the 30 years that we've been gone from the Star Wars universe.
They all see... In the original trilogy, they were all see-through.
All blue, all wibbly, like tea.
Now they're pretty much completely... They're meant to be lifelike.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
And they were. So yeah, that was a bit of a shock.
I think it sort of takes away from the fact they're meant to holograms. I like them being blue and a bit
juddery.
Bit see-through, yeah, because it's like... You know,
like they're on a cassette tape and
they're now on Blu-ray.
Yeah, they're now on Blu-ray.
With colour.
Yes. The re-edited special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, characters, big improvement on the prequels, and a good mix of new and old characters. I think Han Solo in particular, Harrison Ford, mixed very well with the younger crew. I think they gave him more energy and enthusiasm for... Because I don't think he wouldn't have come back if it was a terrible script or if he didn't get along with anyone, because Harrison Ford can be a bit grumpy at times.
Mm.
But yeah, good mix. Nostalgic, but not too nostalgic. I think it probably handled the nostalgia a little bit better than Jurassic World did. It wasn't too on the nose. Were there any bits that were on the nose to you?
No, I mean, Chewie and Han appearing, the Millennium Falcon appearing in a junkyard, finding Anakin's lightsaber, even like C-3PO turning up. That was just like, boom, hello.
I like that reveal. That was the best.
That's good.
I knew he was going to be in it, but the way he just pops up is great and is comical. He got a lot of slack in the prequel ones for just being irritating, because I think what they did when Jar Jar didn't get a good response from the Phantom Menace, they went, okay, we need a new comic relief character. Let's give him C-3PO again. So
yeah, I wasn't
people
very nice,
people were less impressed with him in the prequels ones, but he's in this just enough for you to go, yeah, C-3PO, he is cool. I do like him.
I'm hoping that, because obviously their plan over the next 2 Star Wars films is to phase out the old cast altogether. I'm hoping they keep C-3PO and R2-D2. I know they've got BB-8 in, who's basically like a R2 replacement.
Yep.
Are they going to get something in to replace C-3PO, or are they just going to keep the 2 original droids in?
Did C-3PO look a bit chunkier to you?
He looked a bit bigger. I noticed he's on his arms. Obviously, he's got the red arm, but
yeah,
on his hands as well. He's got like extra bits on top of his hands now. So I don't know what they're meant to be, but they know something.
Maybe that was just so the actor could fit into him, or be more comfortable in him.
Maybe. I mean, look, I've seen pictures of the actor. He's not like fat or anything.
No, he's quite skinny.
He looks the same.
Yeah.
He's got the same body type as to how when he played C-3PO in the original trilogy. So
it might just be a comfort thing.
Yeah, maybe.
It can
I don't really know.
Quite warm in things like that, and he's done it long enough, hasn't he? He deserves a bit of comfort.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like to have seen Chewbacca with some, like, maybe a bit of grey hair coming through. 'Cause you said to me he looks younger.
He looks younger.
Than what he does in the original trilogy.
And he's had some space Botox, and he's a player now for some reason.
What are you talking about?
Is a ladies' man.
Oh, what? Because he's with Rey?
He's flirting with the medic. He's flirting with Rey. He's flirting with that orange space lady that we'll get onto. He's just flirting with everyone.
Go Chewbacca. Maybe he's finally just hit puberty or something. I don't know how long a Wookiee's lifespan is.
I bet he's got some illegitimate children.
Oh, God. So, I mean, look at this, right? This is 30 years after Return of the Jedi, which Chewbacca is in. What's the gap between A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith?
Well, Chewbacca is in... We don't know how old he is when he is in Revenge of the Sith. Then 20 years pass between Revenge of the Sith
So it's
and
20
A New
years.
Hope.
Yeah.
So he's at least... Because we don't know how old he is to start off with. So he's at least 20. So he's like 70 if he's like... Because he's old enough in Revenge of the Sith to be fighting along with the other Wookiee warriors. So let's say 20 in that. He's about 70. He looks good for a 70-year-old Wookiee. Shall we rate the film? Chris, out of our 2 ratings, watch, don't watch, which one will you give Star Wars The Force Awakens?
Watch.
I agree. Watch it. It's very good, enjoyable, funny, with good characters and good plot points and twists that we are about to spoil. Okay, so deaths. How do we survive The Force Awakens? Well, let's answer those questions. Who dies in The Force Awakens?
Oh, so many stormtroopers.
So many. But we open the film with Poe Dameron hiding out on Jakku with BB-8, and he's got part of a map that leads to the secret location of Luke Skywalker.
Where does map come from? Does it explain? They say...
The back of the Declaration of Independence.
Well, the First Order say they get...
Nicolas Cage steals it.
The First Order say they get most of the map from data they've recovered from the Empire.
Mm.
So the Empire must have been plotting out a route or something trying to find him. And then I don't know where the Resistance got theirs from.
Well, wherever they got it from, BB-8's got it now. The First Order track down Poe Dameron and find him on Jakku. He tries to run, his X-Wing gets a bit damaged, and then he's captured, and Kylo Ren uses some weird force power thing to freeze a blaster shot.
Yeah,
and
that's the
his
first time
arm.
we've seen this. He can freeze blaster shots.
That's quite weird.
And you can hold them until whenever. Can he only freeze one, or could he
Well, we only see him freeze one, and he uses
yeah.
it one other time in the film. But yeah, that's a interesting and new one. Did you like that force power?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why they couldn't use it. I don't know how long he could hold it for, how indefinite.
Well, I wouldn't want it there forever, because you'd forget, you'd turn around and you'd probably walk into it and cut your head off.
And then die, yeah.
So that's not great. So they capture Poe Dameron, and then Kylo Ren kills this old guy who is called Losan with his lightsaber, and then orders the other stormtroopers to kill the rest of the villagers, basically.
Yeah, it's a massacre.
Yeah.
Quite a big massacre.
So, what do? Do you not backtalk or diss the man with the crazy lightsaber?
Basically, yeah, it's because he says some doesn't he? He's like, oh, you should be on the light side, remember your family, or blah, 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 all that lot. Probably don't mention the family part.
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
Don't rile him up. You just say...
Soothe the bear with a song. Bears love songs.
No, all you do is when he gets his lightsaber out, you just go, okay, I gave it to some guy, he's over there, he's about to shoot, and he's probably giving it to his droid, his X-Wing's over there. Just spill the beans, give everything over.
Give him the beans.
Because this Poe does that in the end anyway.
Yeah,
Wimp.
after torture.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of torture, Chris.
Rey holds up to it.
Yeah, but Rey's epic.
Like, she's like, yeah, whatever.
Poe's just great.
Weak-minded and breaks under the Force.
You don't know how long he's been tortured for. You don't know, man, you weren't there.
Han Solo gets tortured.
Yeah, but they don't ask him questions.
Yeah, I know, but still.
So he's got nothing to give them.
He can take it. He doesn't start bleeding everywhere and start crying,
Yeah,
does
because
he?
he's got nothing to give
Poe
them to
wets
make them
himself
stop.
on that. He wets himself. Yeah.
Does he wet himself?
Yeah, just before the camera cuts to another scene, you see him wetting himself.
You're making shit up.
You blinked when
You're
that
an
happened.
old guy. What do you do?
Just tell him whatever he wants to know and don't be a dick about it.
And
Or
then
you headbutt him. I don't know. Wait, no, he's got a metal helmet on, hasn't he? Don't headbutt him.
And he's quite far away, so by the time you get to him, either the stormtroopers have shot you, or Kylo Ren's just pulls out his lightsaber and stabs you with it anyway.
Have a hidden blaster down your sleeve, so when you flick your wrist, it pops out into your hand.
What, Palpatine style?
Yeah, and shoot him.
Can he do the weird Palpatine spin attack thing?
Oh, when he jumps
Doing
forward, like
that,
spinning, and he's like...
spinning and shooting blasters as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would really freak him out.
In the village, I think once they rounded everybody up and I can see people are talking, rather than hanging around, I would like shove loads of people forward towards stormtroopers, so the stormtroopers start like shooting them and I run off the other way.
What, during the massacre thing?
All the commotion, yeah.
All the commotion.
Yeah, and I get away scot-free.
I'm surprised they showed that in a Disney film. A massacre of a village.
I'm surprised. Yeah, they also showed a stormtrooper being stabbed right through the chest and Finn holding him on there for a few seconds before pushing him off.
Disney got dark.
Disney stepped up for the film. I'm glad they did.
Disney are going to be directing Saw next time. They're going to purchase Saw. They're like, yeah, we love the violence.
It's just got like Cinderella or something when this machine is about to slice her open.
Rapunzel. Cut off your hair or we take a leg or something. Oh wow, this got dark quickly. I don't like that. Okay, old man. There's not much he can do because he's outnumbered. He's outgunned. He's not got a gun. Maybe
he should have trained to be a Jedi and he would have stood a chance. But no, he thought he's better than that. He wanted to be a banker. Until the banks went into recession, he got fired.
And decided to live out in a scavenger planet.
That used to be like a multi-million credit planet, and then it all went tits up, and then he lost his job, and that's where he lives now.
It's just a desert with loads of wreckage everywhere.
I know. Why?
Maybe he was a scrap dealer.
But a really powerful scrap dealer.
Well, obviously not powerful enough.
He was really powerful. He used to be really powerful.
Get into league with the Hutts, and then when Jabba dies, take over all his bounty hunters and stuff.
Jabba's already dead at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's dead.
The Hutt cartel...
shut the fuck up.
What?
All of Jabba's mercenaries and stuff have got nowhere to go. You go, come and join me in my scrap trading business. And then when the stormtroopers attack, you've got an 80-year-old Greedo that's going to shoot people. But
he's dead.
I know, but Greedo's brother, Greedo.
Oh, God. But the Hutts aren't on Jakku.
Yeah, but you didn't.
They're on Tatooine.
I know, but the Hutts are dead, so you can just lure in all the people that are now jobless because Jabba's dead. You go, oh, come and work for me.
Yeah, he could have done that maybe. I don't know. Or maybe just join the First Order. Give them that piece of the First Order. You would have saved so many lives.
But they're nasty. Next death, Finn and Poe. Well, Finn is one of the stormtroopers, and he's not very happy about this massacre going down. So he has a bit of a panic attack, bit of crisis of conscience, and in the end he decides he's had enough and that he wants out of the First Order. But he doesn't know how to fly, so he needs a pilot. Who is the best pilot on the ship? It's Poe Dameron, who they captured. Finn helps Poe escape. They steal a TIE fighter, but it's stuck with, I think it's a pipe thing that it's probably refueling or something. So that's stuck on it, so they can't get out. They're being shot at, and Poe quickly gives Finn a crash course in how to work the guns on a TIE fighter. Finn starts using them, shoots a bunch of stormtroopers, but one in particular, because he makes this sound. So, you're the Wilhelm stormtrooper. How do you survive?
I would put my blaster down, and I picked up a massive sort of rocket
bazooka
launcher, because they must have them. Because about three of them started setting up like this small like gun on a tripod turret. Yeah, screw that. Just get a big gun that's got bombs on it and just fire that.
Like a thermal detonator launcher.
Actually, yeah, throw a thermal detonator at it.
Thermal detonators.
Yes, exactly, and that would have just done it, and would have if that was a fuel line, it would have ignited it and blown up the entire ship.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a fuel line.
No, I don't know what it was.
It's just like a hook just holding it.
Another TIE fighter and shoot
He blows up the TIE fighters though.
Yeah, but it's a big hangar thing, so maybe there's some on the other side.
That's true. Yeah, it's a good idea actually. Grab a ship that's on the other side of the hangar. Don't need to take off. Just aim the guns and shoot.
But our stormtrooper would have to run from one side to the other side to get.
And would they be trained in flying ships? Because not all stormtroopers are. Apparently
as
shows.
Finn shows. So yeah, or maybe just don't get involved. When shit goes down, just casually walk out of the hangar area.
Like in the Village Massacre, Finn doesn't shoot, he just stands there, but nobody says anything to him. So yeah, just do that, just stand there. Go around the side, pop your helmet off, have a cigarette, I don't know, have a beer or something, and when they're done, come back around and be like, "What's up, guys? Yeah,
what
we
happened?
got him."
What did I miss?
What? Oh, I'm sorry, I was in the toilet.
Someone went crazy? Oh dear. If only I was here, then I could have sorted that out. Next time, I'll show those rebel scum what it's all about.
Resistance scum now.
Those resistance scum. I'll show them that resistance is futile.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I like that. Or, don't get shot by the gun. There's a funny idea.
Avoid the gun.
There we go.
Guns are bad.
Have a personalised shield system that you can deploy onto the ground that creates a shield you can crouch down behind.
First Order don't have that kind of budget.
Oh. That sucks.
Have droider cards.
Yeah. What? Exactly. The droiders, because they've had personal shields. The stormtroopers should have those.
Stormtrooper droider cards.
That'd be cool. They should have kept the droidicas.
Yeah.
They would have been. Yeah, they would have been awesome in that situation. They just surround the ship, all blasting at the same time.
Have the auto turrets pop down from the ceiling of the TIE Fighter hangar and shoot the rogue TIE Fighter.
Do you think they've got all guns
Possibly,
in there?
Or have a remote shut-off for the TIE Fighters. So it's trying to get away. We don't want it to get away. Push a button, engines go off, and it just drops and it dangles from the thing.
Yeah, you think they would have something like that. I mean, later in the film, you see Han override the controls of the Millennium Falcon. So surely you'd think the First Order can override controls of their own TIE Fighters.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Why? How do they not have that?
I mean, we have that now for fancy cars that people steal. They don't want them going anywhere. They ring up someone, go, "Hey, my car's been stolen. Can you turn off the engine?" Like, sure thing. Maybe they didn't have that kind of cover on the TIE Fighters.
No, they chose to opt out of that bit because it's costing too much.
And the central locking, they didn't want that either. Click, click.
Yeah, I like those ideas, really.
Yeah. Cool.
Or, what you do, you shoot the pipe or the cable holding on to it, and because Poe won't be expecting it, he's pulling too much, so you shoot it.
Veers off and
explodes
crashes into the wall.
side. Yeah.
That's good.
I like that one.
Yes.
Of course, if it backfires and he escapes, you're in the shit.
Yes, that's a double-edged.
Yeah, it's risky, but it would look awesome if you pull it off.
That's a lightsaber hilt guard if I ever saw one. That's a controversial
I know, that's a bit
topic.
dangerous, isn't it?
Yes.
Right,
okay, so we're done with that one?
Yep.
Okay, right. More TIE Fighter pilots. They're bloody dropping like flies. Like all stormtroopers. So we're going to focus on one particularly cool kill where Finn meets up with Rey and BB-8 and they're having a chat, and then TIE Fighters come down and start blowing everything up, and they've got to make a quick getaway. What do they make the quick getaway in? The bloody Millennium Falcon.
Which just so happens to have been left in a junkyard on Jakku after it had been stolen several times.
Yes. It's a long line of theft that led it to
stealing
being
it,
there. Yeah. So they jump into that. Rey's quite a good pilot, so she manages to fly it fairly clumsily at first because the Millennium Falcon requires two people to fly it.
When she's trying to put the shields on, she's trying to reach across and steer at the same time.
They're chased by a TIE fighter. They go through the crashed Star Destroyer. Finn's gun, though, is jammed in the upwards or downwards position.
It's pointing straight down.
Yeah, so that's not great for aiming when you want to shoot a TIE fighter.
No, that's true.
So Rey emerges from the downed Star Destroyer. Does a cool stally, flippy, turny thing.
Basically turns the engines off so it starts plummeting upside down.
And then the TIE fighter gets in range and Finn blows it up.
And then she pushes that lever forward, puts the engines back on and goes, wouldn't it be great if when she pulled the lever back to turn the engines off, she shut down the power as well so Finn couldn't shoot? So if it was just falling, it was just clicking like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh no, it's not working.
And then, she turns that back on and off you go. The TIE fighter, alright, you've seen the ship. You've seen the ship go up. It's flipped. It's going down. The blue light at the back, which shows the engines,
yeah,
has gone off. The engines are offline. I would have unloaded so much fire into the Millennium Falcon then, so I would have been like, its shields
Well,
are
it's,
most
well,
likely
it's
off.
under it, and he's got to turn down.
Well,
And
point down faster.
In that gap, that's when Finn gets to him.
Well, there should be 2 pilots in those TIE fighters. So the one on the gun should react quicker and aim his gun down.
So you blame the co-pilot,
Yes.
not the pilot.
Yes. The pilot was done his job fine. He didn't crash at all. The co-pilot...
Well, if he'd done his
messed
job
up.
fine, he could have dodged the oncoming laser fire.
They should have deployed some bombers with it, so if that happened in the bomber situation, it just drops a bomb and keeps going.
Yeah, but the bombers are slow. Wouldn't be able to keep up. With the Falcon
Yeah,
that did
sure,
the
I suppose.
Kessel run in 12 parsecs, man. You can't keep up with that kind of speed.
And yet it couldn't outrun the TIE fighters.
Yeah, because it was Rey controlling it. One person.
It never seems to outrun the TIE fighters, though.
Yeah, they were just giving him a chance.
What? Oh, I'm going to purposely drive at half speed here.
Yeah,
Just for the fun and
makes it
games.
interesting.
Alright, if you say so. Yeah, it's a trick on Reed, because by the time the pilot realises it's too late, so I think it's more to do with the guy shooting. He should have had his gun ready, been on point, realised the Falcon's beneath them, and took aim and fired, before Finn had a chance to shoot. Basically, it's whoever fires faster, Finn or this guy.
Who shot first? The
Or Finn
Falcon
did.
or the TIE fighter?
And Finn doesn't
Yeah,
even
it
know how
was
to operate
clearly
it properly. I mean, he's flying around at the beginning, and he's moving the chair around everywhere. Has no idea what
It's
he's
a
doing.
confusing chair to work.
Oh, there you go then. Well, when he gets the hang of it. But I'm saying the TIE fighter should have been more prepared. There was sloppy performance of the co-pilot of the TIE fighter.
Oh.
So get a better co-pilot and you'll be fine.
Send a better pilot.
Yeah.
One that can fly and shoot properly.
Send more than 2 TIE fighters to chase it.
Well, they send... How many do they send to do the attack on?
They look like quite a lot, but then we only see 2 blow
Yeah.
up the thing. And
Only,
then,
I think only 2 of them cotton on that they've escaped in the Falcon.
do you think any of them recognise... Do you think the others saw it as the Falcon were like, nah, screw that, I know that ship?
This is all going to end terribly. I don't know.
I mean, do you think any of those stormtroopers were ones that are still there when Vader was around?
No.
Or do you think every stormtrooper at that point has died and these are all new...
I reckon some of them are still the same. None of the original clones are still there.
No, the clones are... He mentions the clone army, doesn't he?
Yeah. I reckon it's a mix. Some of them are still there from the good old Empire days, but I think a lot of them would have been brought in as recruits.
Especially there's female stormtroopers now.
Yes.
Never had any female stormtroopers, I don't think, in the original or the prequel trilogy. Well, obviously not in the prequel trilogy, but in the original trilogy, they had some female stormtroopers.
She is actually from Game of Thrones.
Is she?
She is Brienne of Tarth.
Oh, it's her.
I don't know her proper name, but yeah.
No, I don't. But I can picture of it. Ah.
Brienne the
Ah,
Beauty.
yeah, that's quite cool.
Yes. So that's her, and she's kicking butt.
Is she? We don't actually see her do anything.
No, yeah, she just orders
She
a lot
just
of issues, and
Yeah, she walks around in shiny black armor.
it is quite shiny. That's
Never see
that's
her
why
fire
she
a
doesn't
gun.
do anything. She's too busy polishing it.
Yeah, doesn't want to muck it up or anything.
Making sure it's all shiny. Yeah. Is she the new Boba?
Nah, she won't reappear.
What do you mean she won't reappear?
I don't think she's going to be back in it.
I think she's back in it.
No, because I reckon Kylo Ren's going to be so pissed off with her for lowering the shields.
But she didn't have a choice, and she doesn't have to admit to
She
that.
She did have a choice. She could have stayed faithful to the First Order and said, "I'm not lowering them," and then they would have been forced to kill her.
And
I
been
don't
killed and disregarded your advice to surviving the first thing. If you're captured, give them what they want.
Yes.
She did that, and now you're slating her for that.
Well, she's not very loyal, is she? Just saying. Anyway, back to the original point.
That's extremely hypocritical of every piece of advice you've given for surviving stuff. Okay, next lot of deaths. Han Solo. He's bloody back.
Yeah.
And up to the same scoundrelly stuff. He brings in the Millennium Falcon into his new ship, which he is using to transport weird blob tentacle things.
Yeah, it got tentacles. They sort of look like fish. Maybe
Puffer fish with kraken
like a
jaws.
water version that's also mobile of the Sarlacc.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because the Sarlacc obviously is that big thing with the mouth and tentacles. This is like a smaller mobile version of it. But it's also quite watery. It looks watery. to me.
And not in a pit,
Yeah, that's why I said mobile, because it can move around. It's not stuck in a pit.
in a desert.
Yeah, because it's mobile. It moves around. It moves around, right? Whatever.
And if it eats you, you're probably not digested over 1,000 years.
No, I think you're killed pretty much straight away.
You're digested in the normal amount of digesting time.
What's that for one of those?
It depends on how large you are.
Ah, for goodness sake.
Okay, so Solo's back and immediately in trouble when two gangs that he owes money to come a-calling and basically ask for the money back.
50,000 each.
Yes, that's quite a lot. But one of the gangs spots BB9 and cottons on that this is the droid that they're looking for
Yay.
and basically threatens to call in the First Order. Finn and Rey think, I know, we'll trap them, the gangs, in a corridor and then Han can run away freely, so they tinker with the fuses. It's the wrong fuse and they let out the big blobby monsters that go around and eat everyone. So, you're a gang member.
Naturally.
Yeah, you are a member of a gang. Which gang are you a member of?
I can't tell
Jabba's
you
gang,
that. I can't say.
The Triad, the Syndicate.
I'm part of the gang that had the characters in it from the raid.
Yes, you're part of them. Do they survive?
No, they died.
Oh no, they
all
eaten.
died.
So yeah, what do you do? I mean, you don't know that. Well, no, you do know that Solo's got these things on here.
I know, because you paid him to get them.
So when they're released, you should have a good idea that they are crazed.
You should know what their weaknesses are and how to kill them.
With the blaster, I'd assume.
Oh, one of them's, blasting away and it doesn't work.
Well, because he's not hitting them in the right places. He's not done his homework.
I'd be like, okay, think of this logically. Solo's a smuggler. We're on a massive freighter ship. He's going to have areas where he smuggles stuff. There's going to be underground compartments. Look for one of those and get into it. I know it's going to be difficult to find, because obviously they're for smuggling, they're not easy to spot.
Yeah, you're not meant to find them.
I know, but I'd be running down the corridor, my eyes would be going all over the floor looking, because I know there would be one there at some point. And
Okay,
I would try and find one of those, get into there and wait it out.
Okay, so you find somewhere to hide. What's your plan after that? Because Solo and the rest of them get out using the Falcon. What do? You're stuck on a ship all alone with three man-eating blob things.
I would mess around with the fuses and do what Rey should have done.
And try and trap them.
And then get up. Or just chill, because that freighter ship's probably going to be found by another ship sooner or later. Or it's going to crash into a planet.
Or it's just going to drift in the eternal void of space forever. Because space, Chris, it's quite large.
Nah. Yeah, I don't know. Try and hide and then, wait it out. Try and trap them in corridors and then get out and escape.
Do you want to know my plan?
I do, yes.
Run as fast as you bloody can.
Doesn't work though, does it? Even Finn gets grabbed.
He doesn't run fast enough.
Only because Rey saves his ass.
Yeah. What you need is a chainsaw, so if you get grabbed, you cut off its tentacles. That's what you need. Not a lightsaber, not
or
a blaster,
lightsaber.
A bloody chainsaw. A lightsaber chainsaw.
I was expecting when Finn got grabbed for Han to shoot the tentacles like he did with Lando when he got grabbed by the Sarlacc.
Yeah. No, Han's got his own problems at this point.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Everyone's got their own problems. There are three monsters on board.
Okay, one of the guys from the raid, he's being chased by it. He stops around and starts shooting it as it's eating his friends.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Keep running so you've got an extra, head start on it. Run. The ship's in space, so that means they've landed on it with their own ships.
Oh,
Run back to your ship.
Oh, yeah. Where are their ships?
Must be. It's a great big freight. There's probably multiple hangars on it. How does Solo get one massive ship like that on his own with just Chewie?
Well, there was a lot more crew, and then
it's
implied that they got all. They got eaten.
Yeah, he probably stole it in the first place as well. I can't imagine he got it.
Yeah, no, he
thingy.
took the investment of 50,000 each from the two gangs.
Yeah, so 100,000.
Spent that on cheap booze and hookers, and then
hookers,
space hookers, or lap dances. I don't know what Han Solo spends his money on, and then stole the spaceship and enjoyed all the money.
Or get to the control room of this freight and see yourself
I'd
in there.
want to leave it as soon as possible. I wouldn't want to risk it being in the control.
Try and get to your ship then.
And then being snuck up on and tentacled and eaten.
Lovely. Yeah, I would try and hide, sneak around them. Yeah, because if you get underground like Ray and Finn did, you can move around under there. And there might be a crawl
but
space.
not very far.
I know, but you don't know. There might be like secret hidden passages in there that underground that will take you away to one of the hangars, and then jump in your ship and off you trot.
We can't assume that.
Well, I'm assuming that, so let's see what happens.
All right, next deaths then. Everyone on bloody Coruscant. Everyone on Coruscant gets blown up.
Along with 3 or 4 other planets and
I don't
ships.
think they're planet. I think they're just ships and moons and things.
Regardless, yeah, and all the other moons and stuff, and all the Republic fleet, the Senate, everybody. Probably Jar Jar if he's still alive. Yes.
Yeah, I was looking in the background to see if I could see Jar Jar, but no such.
If it just done a shot of him just like really sad, looking at the sky, and him just going,
"Oh no, Misako will be blown up! No!"
Oh, people would have started cheering in the cinema.
Yeah.
But I can't see any way to survive it. The only way is if you knew it was coming and you could get into a ship that was fast enough.
Well, no, you don't know it's coming because you don't.
Exactly. The
Starkiller super weapon doesn't even have to travel there like the Death Star does. It basically blows up your planet from the other side of space.
This is what I mean.
That's cheating.
The only way you could survive is if you knew it was going to happen and you had a ship fast enough. You was given enough warning, and you had a ship fast enough, i.e., the Falcon,
basically
to be able to take off.
We suggested surviving Alderaan exploding.
Yes.
But with less warning.
Yeah, you just need a really something even faster than the Falcon to be able to take off.
Something that can do the Kessel Run in 9 parsecs.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see doing this.
Is that even possible?
Let's find out. Perhaps Ray will modify the Falcon
to do it in
9 parsecs.
Yes, the best amount of parsecs that we all want. Yeah. Basically, go and listen to episode 4 Survival Guide.
Yeah, because it's going to be so hard to survive that.
And that's the best you can hope for, is if you're just about to leave. And
pretty much, yeah.
You're in a fast ship.
Can you imagine you just took off from the planet and you see the laser fly past you and you're just like, oh my God.
Holy shit. That was too close.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Coruscant's gone. It's been such a key planet.
Yes. In the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, I know, but I've grown to love Coruscant.
And everyone, you've grown to love Coruscant. What did you love?
Be sad.
The Senate meetings?
Yeah.
All the talking that happened there?
Yeah, I loved all of that.
The boring Jedi? What did you love?
All of that, really. I just liked it.
You loved the boring
I like the
stuff.
city. The planet I wouldn't mind seeing going is Naboo. Right, fuck Naboo. I don't give a damn about that planet. Get rid of it. I want to go back to Tatooine and Hoth.
That is where Jar Jar comes from.
Or maybe introduce some new planets. And don't say...
they have.
No. They introduced Jakku. It's basically Tatooine, alright?
Jakku,
doesn't count.
The Rebel base, that new one where the Orange Lady lives, that one with Starkiller in it, that one where Luke is on at the end. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell that says.
There was loads, so shut your face.
Why are all these planets got breathable air on them?
Because of story reasons.
Right.
The script writers wrote it so that they could.
I'd like them to visit a planet where they've got to wear spacesuits at some point.
Like Polis Massa, which is just a meteor.
Yeah.
Mustafar. How they all didn't get tickly throats going to Mustafar. That's a lot of ash everywhere.
Walk out of lung cancer or something like that, yeah.
Lots of coughing after you've come out of Mustafar. Okay, next death. And strangely involves a competent stormtrooper. I would argue the most accomplished, skilled, amazing stormtrooper that has ever been trained.
I'm going to disagree with that and say the dumbest stormtrooper.
He is the best.
Nope.
Finn gets Luke's old lightsaber.
It's meant to be for Rey, but she doesn't want to touch it.
So he gets it out, turns it on, and this stormtrooper pulls out what is basically a laser baton spinny thing, and they have a little bit of a fight. And this stormtrooper, he is so close to killing Finn, but then I think it's Han or Chewie.
Han shoots him with Chewie's crossbow.
Yeah, and he goes flying back and dies. The most gifted stormtrooper in the whole First Order.
He has a gun. He's at point blank range, and he drops it to go to his melee weapon.
It's a lightsaber. It blocks blaster shots.
Finn would not have blocked it at that range.
Yeah, but that stormtrooper doesn't know. All he knows is lightsabers, they block your shots. So probably best not to use it.
He knows that Finn won't be able to block it, though. Because he knows who Finn is. Even says traitor.
No, that's one of the other ones.
He says
You're this stormtrooper, what do you do?
Don't pull that out and use my gun instead, and I would have shot him.
Finn's going to block it, and you're probably going to get ricocheted.
No, if I'd fired several shots, he would not block all of them. At most, he would block one, and even if he did block it, there's no way guarantee he would bounce it back at me.
You're a stormtrooper, your aim is terrible.
No, because you said this is a gifted stormtrooper.
In hand-to-hand combat.
Alright then, the only other thing to do would be have two of them, and completely overpower him.
Well, the rest of them are all a bit busy shooting up everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Just pull out two, overpower him completely.
Pull out two of the electro.
Yeah.
Things. I think he's only got room for one.
Oh, fuck's sake. Alright.
Don't be greedy, Chris. Come on.
I'm a greedy
Other stormtroopers need weapons as well.
I would have taken my helmet off and used that as a secondary weapon to try and hit him with it. Throw that at him, so as he brings up the lightsaber to cut it in half, and then charge at him and smash him across the kneecaps with my thing, shattering his kneecaps so he falls on the floor, and then pick up the lightsaber, put it into his mouth, and then turn it on. And then get shot by Chewie afterwards.
So you didn't survive. You just killed Finn. You do realise we're called We Could Survive That, not We Could Murder Everyone.
Okay. Do you think the electroblades could deflect shots?
No.
Okay, disarm Finn, get the lightsaber, and then deflect Chewie's shot.
Be observant. Watch out for the giant bloody Wookiee and
take off the helmet.
Solo.
It's probably very obstructing to the view.
Very obstructing to the view.
To the view. Okay, that came out bad.
Very detrimental to the view.
Whatever. It obstructs.
Unflattering to the view.
It obstructs his view. Okay. Now take off the helmet. Take the helmet off. Knock Finn down. Pick up the lightsaber. And then deflect Chewie's shot.
Yeah, but then he'd be court-martialed for taking the helmet off.
Finn doesn't get court-martialed for taking his helmet off. And this stormtrooper's got a much better reason. Yeah, and this stormtrooper's got a much better reason. Finn just takes it off because he's having a little panic attack. This guy takes it off to kill somebody and retrieve a lightsaber, which Kylo Ren wants.
I would, again, be observant. He's got a lightsaber. You know lightsabers are dangerous. Maybe call for backup. Go, hey guys.
But you said everyone else is too busy fighting.
Yeah, but you go towards them.
I mean,
you back off slowly, and Finn gets a bit overconfident. He's like, yeah, I'm the man. I got a lightsaber. And then as you're backing off, go, Steve, look over there. There's a guy with a lightsaber. In fact, turning on a lightsaber should make him instantly a target. Because he's got the noise, he's got the boom. And then you're basically a glow stick. Everyone turns around and goes, hey, that's a lightsaber. We should probably kill that guy.
They're probably too busy with all, their X-Wings coming and everything.
Yeah, they are quite distracting.
Yeah,
get an AT-AT.
Yeah, what are they not bringing any of those in?
Why are they not there? Airdrop them in.
The only AT-ATs we see are destroyed ones on Jakku. That's it. We don't see any others.
Squash fish.
I hope they bring them back.
I hope they never make a Star Wars film again. No, I'm joking.
Oh my lord. You've just jinxed it now. Someone's going to go horribly wrong and we're never going to get the film again.
Right. Last death that we're going to talk about, that we're going to cover, it's a biggie. It's a big one, but I've been saying it's going to happen for ages. Is Han Solo. He dies. He confronts Kylo Ren, who is his son.
Real name, Ben.
Ben Solo, or...
I'm guessing Ben Solo.
Yeah. And he's trying to convince him, look, Ben, you're not got to be a dick. He doesn't use these exact words. He goes, you're not got to do this. Snook is using you. He's not as great as you think he is. He's not the Ayatollah of rock and roller. So, yeah, come home with us and it'll be great fun. We'll be best friends.
Me and your mum have got back together again. We're going to have another kid.
We'll buy you lots of presents and a puppy dog and all sorts of stuff, he promises. And then the mood changes when the Starkiller weapon is ready to fire. All the light goes because the nearby sun has been absorbed into it and is ready to be shot out. And Kylo goes all sinister, turns on his lightsaber and kills Solo, who then drops down off the platform that they're on.
I had a few problems with this scene.
It was quite nice and heartwarming until he died.
It wasn't. Yeah,
You hate joy and wish it to be stamped out.
When he got stabbed, because he holds him there, doesn't he, on the end of the lightsaber for a bit. I'm guessing he must be holding him, because if he doesn't, and if Solo had just fallen one side, he would just like sliced, sort of thing. So I'm guessing he must be like, holding him there. It didn't seem to enough. Like the music didn't suit it. It wasn't sad or emotional enough. I mean, this is an original trilogy character, a main original trilogy character who's just died, and it didn't seem that emotional. Like the music didn't seem sad enough or anything like that. Harrison Ford was pulling funny faces.
He's been stabbed.
I know. It just didn't seem as sad as emotionally powerful. I wasn't moved by his death.
That's because you're
I didn't
made
feel
of
sad.
stone.
I didn't feel sad at his death.
You didn't feel sad.
I was disappointed he died because I like Han Solo, but he didn't like, it didn't make me feel like sad and everything when he died. I don't think any Star Wars death has made me feel sad actually thinking about it. Couldn't care less when Padme died. But yeah, that's my only issue with that scene. It didn't seem sad enough. But
do you know what would have made it sadder? If Jar Jar had been there.
Oh my god. What, Jar Jar been
stabbed? If Jar
stabbed?
Jar had killed Han Solo.
If you take their mask off and it was Jar Jar.
You to the fans. No, Jar Jar's back. No.
That would have been fantastic.
He murdered the coolest character.
Coolest character.
Solo?
Nah, I'm more team Luke.
He's not cool.
I like Luke. Luke, green saber, Luke. Blue lightsaber, Luke's boring.
Maybe one
green
cool
saber,
thing Luke says.
One cool thing? I will.
No, it can't be.
That's not cool, that's whiny.
Right, okay. The point where Kyle holds up his lightsaber, Solo goes to take it off of him. Kyle starts resisting at this point, doesn't he? He's holding on to it. I'd be thinking, this is going well, not so well now. Okay, I'm just going to let go of the lightsaber. I'll be like, okay, in your own time.
Take a step back.
Yeah, calm down, in your own time, just give it over to me.
We'll count down to it. 1, 2, 3, throw me the lightsaber.
Yeah, calm down, it's okay. Ignore the light. Just give me the lightsaber.
Or the lack of light.
I don't know whether...
And the ominous red glow that has now engulfed your face.
Was Kyle genuinely... Kylo, sorry. Was he, genuinely...
Possibly,
thinking
he might
I
have
might
been,
want to do with this,
yeah.
and then when the light went out, he was like, "Nah, actually, screw this."
It's too far along.
Because if so, Solo should have let go of the lightsaber, took a step back, and be like, "Right, just calm down, it's fine. Give it here, son." I hold up my left hand. My right hand would have been on my blaster, though.
Ooh.
I would have had it on my blaster.
A show of distrust.
And I would have been like, "Come here, it's fine." Or maybe if I'd picked up my blaster and dropped it over the side, or put it on the floor, and I'd been like, "Give Daddy a hug." Although he does hug him, and look what happens. It goes rad. I don't know if Solo knew if Chewie and that lot were watching, but if I'd seen him, I would have been like, "Chewie, if he does anything, shoot him before he stabs me."
And Chewie does shoot him, but not before or after.
No.
Chewie gets his revenge.
Chewie seems the most upset.
Of course, Chewie's the most upset.
Devastated. He is. I feel so sorry for Chewie. I felt more sorry for Chewie than I did sad for Han.
Oh, poor Chewie.
Yeah, I would have, when he started resisting not giving me the lightsaber, I would have taken a step back and be like, "Calm down, it's fine. Just deep breaths, give me the lightsaber, we're going to be fine. Let's get out of this together."
I would threaten to ground him and not let him go out and see his friends. I would threaten to not let him go out to the Toshi station to pick up some power converters. There's your Luke epic line.
Right, what would you do?
Hug him and then push him over.
You'd kill him.
Or maybe bring Leia along. What's Leia doing? Maybe Leia could talk some sense into him.
Because Leia says to him, doesn't she? She's like, "If you see our son, bring him back." If she hadn't said that, would have Han just ignored him?
Might have been like...
or just shot him in the back?
No, I don't think he would have shot him. I think he would have gone, "Okay, maybe now's not the best time."
Oh, I'll speak to him afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Later.
I if I'd shouted his name, I wouldn't have walked out to the middle to meet him. I'd have been like, Ben, come home, we've got cookies. I'll give you Anakin's lightsaber. Yeah.
I don't think that would have enticed him.
I reckon it would have. He seems pretty annoyed when Rey's got it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's just really irritated by everything at the moment. He's not having a good day. He's killed his dad. He's been shot. He's been cut up a bit.
So what would you do?
I think it'd just be tentative baby steps.
Slow and steady, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try taking off his helmet and his lightsaber off him the same day.
Employ the services of Jeremy Kyle.
Oh my...
Or
No.
Jerry Springer. Or the Star Wars version of that to sort out the differences on TV. Because
It's now It's called the Jar Jar Show.
the Jar Jar Show, Jerry Jar Jar, sorts everything out and does DNA tests and stuff and solves all the family feuds. So, yes, we've saved Han Solo with Jerry Jar Jar.
Just let him die. It's not worth it, is it?
Yeah.
Just let him go, man.
No Jerry Jar Jar.
So, that was the last death.
That we're going to talk about. I think
Go to
there's
it.
some few more, but yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Finn/Rey versus Kylo fight?
It's a good fight.
Because that's a good
I
fight.
enjoy it.
Finn gets messed up.
As predicted, yeah.
He gets sliced in the arm. He gets a good hit on Kylo.
That just pisses him off.
And then he gets his back. I don't know how deep it goes, but it looks quite painful. Like, you actually see bits of the coat and what could be his charred
That
skin
nice jacket.
being sliced off. Yeah, he gets sliced right at the back, doesn't he? What I would like to have seen... I wanted to see Kylo use a bit more offensive force powers. I mean, not necessarily force lightning, but maybe force push, a bit of force choke. He doesn't force choke anyone.
No, but
He force pulls somebody into his hand and starts choking him with his hand.
with his bare hand, he's like, "Urgh."
But he doesn't force choke anybody.
No.
I mean, what he could have done after Rey had force pulled the lightsaber towards her, as she's about to turn it on, you should just thrown his lightsaber at her, like completely took her off by surprise.
Well, maybe he can't do that, or maybe he's attached to his lightsaber.
I
Because
suppose.
he's quite beat up at this point. Not to take anything away from Rey, who
Oh no,
completely owns him.
Well, at first she's on the bit of the losing foot. He's like knocking her back, and then he tries to turn her to the dark side. He actually tries it when he's like, "I can teach you how to use the Force," which then she's like, "The Force," and then plays the Force theme, probably one of the most iconic Star Wars themes, and then like she connects with the Force, and then she overpowers him and completely destroys him. All that training he got off Luke goes to complete waste.
yeah, and
I mean, like, that's
he gets
bad.
off lucky because Rey could have finished him. Actually, they both get off lucky because the ground splits apart directly between them.
Just like what happens in 2012.
A few meters either way, one of them's falling in to their doom.
Finn's
and
lucky it didn't happen
dying.
near him. She goes
Yeah.
back and Finn's falling through the hole.
Finn's knocked out. He can't do anything. So it's like, yeah. They
Yeah.
are also lucky.
I know, it was very lucky.
Yeah. They're also lucky the planet didn't
Of course, it could be
explode.
argued the Force guided them to stand in that position to save both of them.
Nah.
Mm.
The Force doesn't work like that, to quote Han Solo.
Do you know, Rey should have tried turning him to the light side, because he does. 2 points in this film, he has a crisis of
conscience.
Not that, but he has like conflicting. He's like,
A crisis of conscience.
okay, if that's what you want to call it. 2 points he has that during the film, so I can see him turning back to the good side.
Yeah, but at this point, Rey's pretty pissed off with him.
I know. She gives into her hate. Oh my god,
Yes.
she's going down the dark side.
And on that bombshell, you can email us. We can survive that at gmail.com. Email us pictures of kittens.
What?
Or, I don't know.
But dress them up in Star Wars outfits.
Yes, Star Wars themed kittens. Or you can tweet them to We Could Survive. We look forward to looking at them. Yes.
Yeah.
Chris, end this show.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you for listening to We Could Survive That, your weekly survivor guide to the movies. This is the last Star Wars one. Our Star Wars saga is over for now. Until the
Ever.
next
We're
one.
never talking about Star Wars
Until
ever
the next
again.
Star Wars film, which is slated for a 2017 release.
Well, there's Rogue 2 coming out next year.
Rogue
One.
One. Rogue One. Okay, so you'll probably get that. But until then, this is probably the last of Star Wars, unless we do a survival off or whatever. But yeah, we will see you all next week for whatever it is we're going to be doing.
A Christmas film.
Christmas film. What it is, you're going to have to tune in next week to find out.
It's Die Hard.
No,
It's
he
Die
ruined
Hard.
it.
It's the most Christmassy film ever.
But anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next week. Until then, keep on surviving. Goodbye.